My name is Lucas Gersh, and today I'm going to be telling you how to you need to be learning Ukrainian Cyrillic using the stupidly easy method that I came up with, and I'm sure a lot of other people use, but you haven't heard of it if you're watching this video because you're having a hard time learning Ukrainian Cyrillic. And you should trust me because I have been learning Ukrainian for 2 years, and I learned Ukrainian Cyrillic using this method in about a week. And as well as I've used this method to learn both Greek and Hebrew in the past. I don't learn Hebrew anymore, but I learn Greek now. And I used to learn Greek in like less than a week. So you can learn Ukrainian Cyrillic very easily if you use this method. So what you want to do, here's the method. You go to Duolingo, and if you don't like Duolingo, then you can get off this video right now because this is going to be more focused to using Duolingo to learn the letters. You don't have to use it to learn the language if you don't want to, but it is the best resource I've seen to learning the letters. And what you do is you go into Duolingo. If you already learned Ukrainian, delete the course and restart it because you might be learning language other than the alphabet, and that's basically like being illiterate. So what you do is you go course delete Ukrainian course, and then get it back, do the first lesson. I think it's the first segment they teach you the alphabet or something, and you do the first segment. And if it teaches you words, I mean, go ahead and do like a couple words, but that's all you should do. Like if you learn Privet the Oxpravi, you do that first, and then you go into the alphabet and you just crank out the alphabet, learn like 4 letters a day. And what I don't actually recommend doing is writing down, because writing down, I have written down stuff before and it doesn't work for me. I mean, it might work for some people, but for me personally, if I'm learning an alphabet and I just write it down, it helps for learning the letters, or I mean, learning the words. But if I'm learning the letters, it doesn't help me. What helps me is just going through Duolingo, cranking out boom, 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 4 letters a day, and just like doing that. And then what you also do is you're going to want to find words that pair with the letters. So you look up, like, for example, if you're learning ya, if you're learning that letter, which is, for those who don't know, it's a backwards R. If you go to the backwards R and you look up words that have that, like you look up yuck, and you just memorize that word. It means how. So it's pretty easy to memorize yuck. And you just memorize. You also learned another letter, K. So there you go. And I'm sure there's other words you could use as well. Like if you were just learning Yoxpravi, you learned that word, or those 2 words, you already crank out like 5, 6 letters. So it's pretty simple. It's stupidly easy if you just do it that way, rather than writing down letters over and over again, or just going into a language without knowing the alphabet. Because I've actually tried that in the past with, what was it? I tried that in the past with Greek and it didn't work. So I stopped learning Greek and then learned it again. That was fun. But however, that is basically what you need to know. You just go into Duolingo, you crank out the first segment, and then you do all the letters, and then you go into the language. You don't go into the language without knowing the letters. That's like being illiterate. And if you don't want to use Duolingo, then I don't know what you're gonna do, bro, because that's how I learned Ukrainian and Greek and Hebrew in the past. Not the languages itself, because you can use other resources for that. I'm not gonna be hating on that, and this is not paid content, by the way. I should let you know. So I'm not getting paid by Duolingo. I'm just saying this is what I used to help me out. And you go, if you don't want to use Duolingo, you just look up Ukrainian alphabet and then look up every single letter, get a Ukrainian keyboard on your phone and look up every single letter and just nail it and just like crank it out. But that is my guide to learning Ukrainian Cyrillic from someone who went from knowing absolutely none to now knowing the entire alphabet. And it's stupidly easy, and it only took me about a week. So if you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys all later. God bless.